Hey guys, True Knight here. So today we're gonna go over my final Banlist prediction before Worlds. I believe this coming weekend. It's the 25th of August. So I think that the Banlist will come out probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably. For any of you guys who are at all interested, I did have surgery back on July 8th. It was a weight loss surgery. I've been on this journey for about 2 years now. And I am now officially down 75 pounds. So things are going pretty good. Feeling great. I'm back in the gym finally. I got cleared to go to the gym on August 20th, and I've been there every day. Pumping, getting back in there. It's been great. Been good. Life is good. I'm starting to feel like myself again. I got a new executive chair. Have a new position at work. I have a second part-time job that I'm also working. My children were all kind of sick with some kind of cold, but they're doing great. And my wife will let me put my Christmas tree back up. So that always just brings me peace. So I'm starting to kind of find myself again, which they say is the hardest part once you have this surgery, is you never really feel like yourself until you find a way. And so I'm slowly but surely finding that way. My voice is finally coming back. It's not as high pitched anymore because of the stuff they shoved down my throat during the surgery. So everything's looking up and up. So that's just a little update on myself. I am celebrating my 6-year wedding anniversary with my wife this weekend. So we're gonna go out this Saturday, enjoy a nice little weekend together, and then Sunday, my buddy Brendan is Brendan Beckman. Some of you guys may know him. He's the owner of Ghost Gaming. He's holding a Heart of the Underdog card tournament, which I'm super excited for. So they pretty much banned all the main decks: K9, Yummy, Draco, Mitsu, Memento, Vanquish Soul, Ryzel, Malice, and they banned all the Charmies. So I'm debating on taking either Vanquish, or not Vanquish Soul, but either Tempai or Voiceless Voice. So maybe I'll throw this video out, and if you guys give me a heads up in the comments what you guys would rather I play, I'll play one of those. But let's get what we're into here for. Sorry. The biggest part of the surgery is I have to constantly drink water or I will lose my voice. So I'm up to a gallon a day almost, which I never thought I'd be able to do. And your dude did finish a half a piece of chicken breast today in one meal. So I'm starting to feel like a normal human being again. So big up and ups. I think that's partly to do with the gym and just constantly feeling hungry now again, because I went about 2 weeks where I just wasn't hungry and I wasn't eating a lot, but now I'm starting to get more and more hungry after the gym. So yeah. Okay, let's get into it, guys. My thoughts on the Banlist. So as I told you guys last time, I think it was like a month, maybe even 2 months ago, I go off of what history shows us. And what history showed us last time is they did away with Snake Eye, and they did away with Tempai, and they did away with those things. And then they simply semi-limited the fuck out of the meta. And I told you guys in my last list prediction, before Justice Hunters came out, that I think they're going to do away with Ryzel and Malice, maybe even White Force, and allow the 3 new decks to come in. Well, history is kind of fucky right now, because this is not historic. We're in between. We're in a long format right now. We haven't seen a Banlist since April, so we're going on 5 months, and they released another deck building set in Justice Hunters, and they just let it run wild. And as much as I want to give credit where credit is due to Malice and Ryzel, what are the 3 decks we're all talking about? K9, Draco Tail, and Yummy, in that order. I think K9 is actually the weakest of the three. Dracotel and Yummy are button heads back and forth. I mean, Yummy is up 1-0 with congrats, Steven, your win on the YCS. So Yummy is the victor right now. So what does that do to my brain? Well, first and foremost, I watched a video Farfa did today where he's been playing locals kind of quietly and behind the scenes. And he talked about his experience with it, and he said, you know, the game has evolved into lesser versions of tier limit mirrors. And I want you guys to listen to that again. Lesser, watered, no pun intended, watered down versions of tier limit mirror matches. Now think about the gameplay you've been experiencing for the past 3 weeks. That makes a hell of a lot of sense, right? Like, that really hit me in the gut, because I was just like, wait, because I didn't like it at first. Like, Justice Hunters came out, and I hated turn 0. My opponent and I are playing on each other's turn. Like, I'm used to, okay, again, my history, my lore, I come from Magic, so I'm used to you drop your mana, and you interact on each other's turn, like one basic thing at a time. Maybe even sometimes you combo off and get 2 creatures down, or you get an enchantment and an instant and maybe even a small mana dork creature. Or like Lorcana, you lure your stuff down, you quest, you play your item, you play your monster maybe, and you pass turn. Not so much Pokemon, because Pokemon is the combo version of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just play your whole hand and spit it out as fast as you can, go, go, go. And then there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? Where it's like, I'm gonna build up my board. Your objective is to break it. Well, now, it's just like, summon, effect, Azuna, effect, Holy Sue, effect, Phimina, effect. Like, it's kind of crazy, right? And at first I was perturbed by it. I was like, damn, I'm so sick of this. I'm going off, I'm feeling good with my Ryzel combo. I dropped Duo Drive. Phimina? Fuck. You know, like, that's how it feels. Better have talents in hand, better have Ash, you better have something to try to disrupt, right? That simply just is a thing of the past now. And I see what they're doing. They're trying to kind of do away with all the non-engine, and they're wanting to entice players to play more engine in their deck, but that engine is also considered non-engine. So, it's crazy, right? So where do I think they're going with this game? Well, I think first of all, you gotta get rid of a couple of degenerate things. And what I mean by degenerate is like, this card can go. I just don't believe in that card. Excuse me. And then there's the topic of, well, this is how the game is evolving. Do we want to do something with these two? Do we want to go crazy with these guys? And things like Shifter, stuff like that, Nib. Do we want to force it to be a one-at-a-time interaction rather than blanketed effects? And that's kind of the question of where is Yu-Gi-Oh! Going from here? Are we doing away with blanketed crap? And are we forcing more? No, if you're going to interact, you get one interaction. And you guys got to interact at that point. And then move on to the next chess move. And then interact at that point. No more just, boom, I'm going to put down my droll, and now you're done adding for the turn. Do they just want to do away with that? And we'll see. In my opinion, I think they will. I think they are moving us into more of a chess type game thing within one player's turn, rather than, alright, you do your one thing and pass. Now it's just going to be, do this one thing. Alright, I'm going to try and counteract that. Cool, I'm going to try and counteract your counter with this. Okay, or I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to counteract it. Stop it there. Okay, moving on. I'm now going to try this. Do you have another interaction? Like, that's what I think they're moving into. Now, as far as what do I think is going to go away? I hope Ryzel doesn't go away. I love, like I've told you guys countless times, Ryzel is what I always wanted Stellar Knight to evolve into. I always wanted Stellar Knight to play the way Ryzel does. And so I really don't want that deck to go away. Really want it to stick around. So I'm actually going to put this in True's Dream. Malice, I could give a fuck less about. If Malice left and Ryzel left, okay, fine, fair trade. But I'd really like to piss away with, I really hate Cyber decks. So, as much as you guys can tell. Yeah. What does that mean for things like White Forest? I could see them getting a tap on the wrist, but that's it. Just because they can push through so much. That's all I really see happening there. So now people are going to be confused and skimming through my video, and people are going to criticize me, but for those of you who are actually listening to me talk to you, these videos are for you. I really want to see Branded Fusion come back because I want to see what Draco Tail evolves into, and so I really want things like that to come back. Memento, I could see you taking a hit as well, and same for Mitsu. I think that this could come back, and I don't think this is going to get touched. I think of the two, I'd rather see Dice go. And then I have hopefuls that will come back. I hope something like this comes back. I mean, you can make a case that if you bring Kit back, Draco Tail gets so much stronger with more interaction, but at the same time, I'm here for it. Because to me, Yummy is nasty broken, and I hate that fucking deck. So I want to compete with it if you're not going to do away with it. So, I'm so sorry. Nice cube. So, this is where I'm kind of falling with what was out before Hunters. Okay. Now, let's talk about the 4 monsters in the room. Everybody's gonna tell me before they even get this far in the video. True, you are an idiot. Like, we haven't even seen the second round support for all these decks. Yada yada yada. Let me remind you. Before Star Ryzel and Malice Hair and all those things came out, Konami already hit Ryzel and Malice, remember? And yes, Justice Hunters has only shined in one tournament, but it is about to shine in the biggest fucking tournament in this game, which will hopefully not be in a broom closet this year. AKA, yeah, I watched Pokemon Worlds. They had a damn car on stage. So, Yugi, like, I've already accepted terms that were not the best game. So, at least not by money shot. Yeah, but, anyway. What do I think we're in store for? Well, I'm a creature of habit and history. And I think we're gonna see another semi-limitless boom. And you're all gonna sit there and say, oh my gosh, there's no way they're gonna do that this time around, it hasn't had its time to shine, and yada yada yada. Dude, they are reinventing time rules at Worlds, which they say is just a testing ground, but I guarantee you that shit will be out by 2026. And this shit's gonna shine and pop off at Worlds. We are gonna see Draco Tail, K9 Vanquish Soul, and Yummy. Pretty much that's it. Okay? So,
for all you people in the room. I was born on the semi-limited list. I was made in its depths.
So I think we are going to see another list with a ton of these cards, semi-limited. Why do you say that, True? Well, now that opens up the door for you to get creative with your deck. Because let's say they go ahead and semi-limit all the starters here, right? That's 3 cards for the monsters, the spell, and then they limit one of the synchros, okay? So you're already down 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in your main deck, and now you got another slot in your extra deck. Cool. 4 cards you gotta make up space for. Lucius, 5 mana, and then the spells. 4 cards, and let's say they fucking semi-limit Altharion, or they go the Rizal route and they limited that bitch. And then let's say that they go ahead and semi-limit all 4 of the creatures, the Jokul, Ripper, the other guy, and Lupus. So now you have 4 slots there. Well, not Lupus, but you have 3 slots there. And then they may, like, limit Ripper, or they could do it to one of the spells. So now you have 4 slots open there. And then Holisu takes a hit. Let's say, fucking, what do you call his name? Oh god, get to Ryzen. Stake your soul. And damn, Rock. Rock gets limited, and then you have 3 open spots. Okay? It creates more creative deck building, which is what I think they're going to want to do, because after Worlds, guys, where we get this ban list, it's downtime. They could give a shit less what things look like. Yeah, there will be YCSs and all this and all that, and it'll be a new season and yada yada yada, but that's Konami's downtime to just say, piss off, we did our Worlds, we did our thing for the year, we'll see you back in December when we got crunch numbers. And when Rarity 5 comes out, well, to me the tins are Rarity 5, but I think that this is their time. Plus, you got new support coming in for all these decks, right? So maybe they're going to make room for those supports. Maybe the new monster for Draco Tail will be now a 2-of instead of 1-of. You know, maybe if Branded Fusion comes back, now Draco Tail relies more with Branded. You know, K9 Vanquish Soul. You opened up a whole bunch of new slots for the new K9 card, and now, shit, you got room to play, I don't know, 10 non-engine instead of 9. You know, like, and Yummy, I fucking hate you, Yummy, but whatever, dude. So, that's my thought process. And then my dream, of course, Baron to 1, OSS to 1, and if we're gonna have all this new broken mechanic stuff in the game, just give me an Assault A back to 1. Let me have a chance to play Infernoble again. I love Knights, so yeah. But here's my thought process on the ban list, guys. I just think that we're in for, I don't know, I think we're in for a treat. So I think ultimately I'm gonna land on give me some craziness, you know. So again, people are gonna be skimming all the way to the bottom and see this, and they're gonna lose their shit and say I'm an idiot. But for those of you who stuck around and listened to me and my logic, you know where I stand. So that'll be it for me tonight. Please be kind, be special, or please be kind, be respectful. Sorry. I gotta tell my son every day before he goes to school, be special, little guy. Focus and do your best, and be special. So, anyway, that's it for me. Again, be kind, be respectful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Wish me luck at the Underdog Tournament. Peace.